Hi everybody, it's me, LisaT, coming at you with some positive energy reading. The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie. And we are reading December 13th. Oh my god. Next weekend, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend is Christmas. Wow, it's crazy, right? Okay, so time is going by and I'm going to be done. I'm going to done 365 days of this at the end of this year. Wowzas. Okay, December 13th. Here we go. We're going to do a little lights out with Lisa. We're doing December 13th. Giving. Don't be afraid of giving. So one of the things with codependency is we tend to give too much. We give and give without where we get depleted. We give so much that we're depleting from ourselves. So we give in like it's a martyr thing. So it's like, no, I'm fine, when we're not fine, and we give and give because as a codependent, well, for me as a codependent, what I got self-worth out of that. Like so it was a catch-22 because I would feel like I was doing something good, but I was not showing up for myself. And so sooner or later, the pain comes, the suffering comes. So it's like a quick fix. It's kind of like any other addiction. It's a quick fix. Oh, it feels good for a second, but then I feel like taken advantage of, or like, so it's a wacky way of thinking and doing. So when we're healing from this, when we're recovering from this, we have to, I go through this. I still I'm a giver, and I still give. I'm still a woman who acts in service, and I like to devote my life to a lot of service as an RMT, and in my outside of my RMT work too. I want to help people. That's just part of, like, that's in my DNA. So when I'm recovering from codependency, I don't stop giving. I still give, but I learn to balance it with taking care of myself. You will learn to balance it with taking care of yourself too. So don't be afraid of giving. For a while, I haven't done this in a long time in one of my readings, tipping the scales, right? So we give. So give, and we let go of ourselves. And then we're like, oh my goodness, no, I'm going to recover and start taking care of myself and not be codependent. So I'm going to only think of myself. So we tip the scales this way. And then we don't give, but everything is about balance. We want to come into balance where we learn how to take care of ourselves and give, take care of ourselves and give, take care of ourselves and give. So it's a balancing act. It's all about balance. It's all about balance, my dear. So don't be afraid of giving. For a while, we may need to back off from giving as we learn. So we tip the scales temporarily. So we do tip the scales temporarily as we're learning. So for a while, we may need to back off from giving as we learn to discern the difference between healthy giving and caretaking, which leaves us feeling victimized and others feeling resentful. So we learn the difference between giving and caretaking. We're not taking care of someone else. We're not rescuing anybody. We're just giving, like a nice gift of giving. But and because if we get into caretaking, we end up feeling victimized, like, oh man, they always take advantage of me. No, we're being codependent. And the other person and others feel resentful too. So this is a temporary spot where we back off from giving as we learn to discern. It's a temporary spot. To be healthy, to do our part in this spiritual way of life, to be part of the endless cycle of the universe guided by our Creator, we need to give and receive. And it needs to be balanced. It needs to be full circle. Both parts are important. Giving and receiving are important. What is healthy giving? This is a fine line behavior each of us must seek to understand for ourselves. It is giving that feels good and does not leave us feeling victimized and doesn't feel like we've tipped the scale in a relationship. So you have to make sure you don't feel like you're doing too much. If you're doing too much, if you feel like you're doing too much, it's not the other person's fault for taking. It's your fault for caregiving, doing too much, not taking care of yourself. So there's a fine line behavior for each of us that each of us must seek to understand for ourselves. It is giving that feels good and does not leave us feeling victimized. Simple. As long as you don't feel victimized, then it's okay. It is giving that holds the giver and the receiver in high esteem. Both the giver and the receiver are held in high esteem. So balance. It is giving based on a desire to do it rather than from a sense of guilt, pity, shame, or obligation. That's a good one. So I really want to help this person, not because I feel like I should, or not because I feel like, oh, if I don't do it, then they're not going to like me. Or if I don't do it, then I'm going to feel bad. So that's a guilty one. Or out of pity, oh, I should help them, poor them, I should save them. No. Or out of shame or obligation. Any of those, not good. It's a giving because you just want to do something nice for someone, or because you want to give, a desire to do that. It is giving with no strings attached. There it is, no strings attached. You want nothing in return. Or it is giving based on clean, direct contract, or a contract where you're like, I'm going to do this, you're going to do this. Whether it is, and that's a contract, a verbal agreement. So whether it is giving of our time, efforts, energy, comfort, nurturing, money, or ourselves, it is giving that we can afford. So it's my cuppeth overflowing onto you, not my empty cup squeezing out my last drop for you. No. My cuppeth overflowing for you. Whether it is giving of our time, efforts, energy, comfort, nurturing, money, or ourselves, it is giving that we can afford. Giving is part of the chain of giving and receiving. It's part of the chain of giving and receiving. We can learn to give in healthy ways. We can learn to give in love. We need to keep an eye on our giving to make sure it does not cross the line into caretaking. That's all. Just keep an eye on it. Just keep one eye on the inside on what you're thinking, feeling, your motivations are before you do your actions. So we need to keep an eye on our giving and an eye on the inside, I want to say, to make sure that it is not crossing the line into caretaking. But we need to learn to give in ways that work for us and others. There it is. Here's your prayer for today. Today, God, guide me in my giving. Help me give to others in healthy ways. Help me give what feels right, what feels good, what feels clean, and what I can afford. Amen to that. Rewatch this if you find yourself in times of trouble, giving too much. I need to just pray about this again. God, guide me. Just pray in that moment. Pray. Listen to this. Remember the prayer today. God, guide me into my giving. Help me give to others in healthy ways. God, guide me in my giving. Help me give to others in healthy ways. Help me give what feels right, what feels good, what feels clean, and what I can afford. That's it. Thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know you're on the journey with me and that you like this video and that you're learning the language of letting go. Have a great night.